some fun. And I was going to do this on camera, but I forgot. I cut the top part of this that makes up the gun here, and I was using this little saw here that I got at MosquitoCon last month. This is the micro saw set that I picked up, and it's very thin, very strong. The only thing is you got to remember that when you put it on these X-Acto knives, make sure you tighten it up tight, and because it's so thin, it's thinner than the actual hobby blade knives, like you see here. See that the thickness of the blade is for this one is thicker than this one. Yet it's not necessary to have it thin, so that way you can cut through specific parts. Henceforth, what you see here, and I had to do it very slowly and gently to cut it out there and cut it out there. The top part I'll begin to sand down, mold it in a way where it's easy, looks good. But while that's happening, I said, alright, I need to somehow extend this, like I mentioned before, to a lot longer length than what you see here. Now, I'm going to show this in the, soon. But I also went to get more hobby supplies, and I went to a hobby store, which I haven't been for a long time, and I'm sorry that I do not have his business card here. I have it someplace. But I went to Ridgefield, in here in New Jersey, there's a place called Ridgefield Hobbies, and I did a little video, which I will show, soon. But I went to pick up some styrene sheets. Not like plot plate, but styrene sheets. And I picked this one, 0.040 thickness. 2 of these sheets. I cut some strips, and I gave it a good length that I believe it was going to be. Not to mention the fact that I made sure that the length from here to here was almost equal to that. So it looks like this. And then, so the intention would be to put that and that here. So I don't know if you guys can see that with my finger putting over it, but I'm going to glue these to this part and this one. Then I'm going to create a series of frames to hold it up. Then glue one down here and one up here, and then one in an angle. And then I can then start working the attachments, and then start working on making the stock. So remember, the stock was originally from here up down to here, as you could see from the leftover parts. My intention would be to extend the stock a little higher up in length, and then a little higher, not in an angle, more of a straight line. See how I can do that. And I'm going to keep this here as a point of reference to give it a little bit more detail. So let me work on this and see how this comes out. Okay, so I have a lot of parts here that you could see that it's a bit of a mess trying to get one thing done and then another thing done. And at the time I was also making the working on the gun, I was also making other parts as well. So using the styrene sheet, this little frame here that you could see, I made a little cage-like setup, for example, like this one here. So you have the skirt armor, right? Then I made this that goes right on top of this. That holds into place. Now, why would I do that? Well, this will be the basis frame for me to put the plates on this. One going there, and one going here, like that. And now it's kind of hard to do this with my finger on it, but if I do that, right now it's a little loose. I'm going to try to adjust it a bit, but let me see if I can do a zoom. Right there. like that. Now I have that frame done. I have this one that I need to do, but I need to put some plot plate to the side so it can custom fit over this, and that way once it's painted and has that extra layer of paint, I'll give it a little bit more snugness to it. This was a bit tough to do this because I wanted to make sure that it can latch onto it. I'm not going to glue this on. This is actually going to be placed on it. That was the whole purpose of this. As a matter of fact, here's an example of one part that I just did. So here's the shoulder, and here's this. This came out nice. Using portions of this armored plate from the custom parts set. You know, these? No, not that one. That's the vents. This one. These right here. And of course using the vents, which I'm going to put the little vents in there. I created this little armored plated section on the shoulders, which can be removed easily. So I got this one done and I got this one done. So both of these are done. I just need to re-glue this part for the waist. And during the course, you know, that's the forearm. That's the shoulder. I was actually thinking of putting something in the forearm, but I may just put like a layer of plot plate over it, kind of like what I did with the foot. And I did like something like this, put a little plot plate there. So get a little more detail there. It's kind of hard to put a lot of detail on an arm where it's going to be covered up by shields and whatnot, but something to try out. At one point, I was actually thinking of gutting the arm, like cutting it and doing something, but I guess I'm not ready for that yet. However, since I did show everybody me cutting up that gun, and I was doing this in layers. I was taking some photographs and I'll be posting this on Facebook soon. But I finally got this gun done and I wanted to show it to you guys. Check this out. See that? This is what I wanted to do. Now I glued this on. There are 4 pieces there plus 1 part inside to hold it as for stability. I glued it and I began sanding it down so it conforms with the side, you know, to this. I may have to sand it a little bit further, who knows. Then using that little sticker thing, this one, using this, and the tungsten scriber, scribing the lines right there and there. Well, when I was using the tungsten scriber, I was able to get like one thin line there, but it wasn't like, it felt like it wasn't wide enough. So what I did was I used this guy, and on the leading edges I began to do like a carving type thing, just slowly carve it in. Slowly carve it in until I widened the I widened it a bit, as you could see there. Once I was comfortable with that, I of course began working on this part. Now these are 2 plot plates merged together, and I think I may have to sand that down, that area, plus 2 side part plot plates on each end. As you can see, I put these 2 photo etch parts there. I haven't done it on the other side yet, but I'll take care of that soon. Plus the plate that's holding up to this and to this, so it's stuck to that, because there were holes that were exposed whenever moved the handle. Excuse me, the handle that was on top of it. And then I forgot that, you know, this gun doesn't have a what do you call it? Move that part there. It didn't have a locking mechanism to, you know, to lock the round in, and I put this part here, and then I custom made a little lock, you know, lock there. So that came out nice right there. And then since this was too small, and I said let me cut this part, the remaining part of this, sand it down. There you have it. Now I was trying to figure out, because I did mention that I was going to do like an extended clip, but then I said to myself, no, that's not going to work. So I decided to put them together like so, as you can see here, held up by some plot plate. I'm going to see if I can put some nice detail on this. Put this design here, and then just, there you go. Nice. This gun came out really nice. I like this. Still in trying to figure out how I'm going to do the grip here, like so that way you can grab it. But we'll leave it the way it is for now until I work on the rest of the parts. I apologize that this is taking a little longer than normal. You know what? I wasn't thinking of doing a custom build like this, but I've already stuck my foot in it, and it's taken a tremendous amount of my time. I've been a little sick lately because of the change of weather. I've been too busy working and stuff like that, so normally a master grade doesn't take me this long, but let me just continue on so I can do, because what I need to finish up is the skirt, which is almost done, the legs, and the chest armor. And once I'm comfortable with what I got, plus a little bit more detail, I will begin the process of painting. Let me just continue on because I need to finish up those legs.